Hi, I'm Jared Carter with the Sierra Crest Business Law Group. If you're watching this video, you are a business owner who has a partner and you need to get rid of your partner. So this is a dark topic. You're probably having some dark thoughts. You're probably in a place where you're disillusioned, maybe even up to betrayed. You're angry at your business partner, maybe even angry at yourself, and you're confused because you've got a muddle of a business and you've got to figure out how to extricate yourself without giving up time, sweat, blood, and tears that you've poured into the business. So I'd like to break this down with you and just to help orient your thinking. Really have three routes you can take. I think Paul Simon famously sung the song 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. It's going to apply, but all of those 50 ways are going to take one of three forms. So the first way to get rid of your business partner is to buy your partner out. And the thing to keep in mind about this is you can only buy your business partner out if you come to an agreement. If you were smart and you had your act together way back when, you prepared an agreement that anticipated this day and you have a formula in place and it's pretty straightforward. If you're like a lot of people, you don't have that agreement in place with your partner, you're going to have to, in an unfavorable or difficult situation, you're going to have to have a heart-to-heart talk with your partner and decide on terms to buy your partner out. The other thing to think about in terms of buying a partner out is you need to make sure that when you do that buyout, that your partner is not going to continue to compete against you. You have to really own the business and own the goodwill that goes with that business. Your second option to get rid of your business partner is sell your interest, either to your partner or to a third party. Now, in terms of things to think about when selling your business or you're selling your share of the business, first of all, the reality is you're not going to sell it to some other person. First of all, because why would you do that to your friend anyway? But also, it's difficult to get, well, usually with a closely held corporation, your partner's going to have say-so over who else you bring into the business. Usually, but not always. So it's not always going to be possible or practical to sell to another individual. You may have to sell to your partner. So that leads to the other thing, which is that you may not get a fair price from your partner. If you're limited to negotiating with one person, then they know you can't get a competing offer that they have to bid against, and so it may not be a fair price. The next thing to think about, if you do sell your interest to your partner, is you have to sell it in a way that makes sure that none of the business liabilities are going to follow you. A lot of times, business partners will sign a lease and give a personal guarantee, or they'll take out a loan and give a personal guarantee, or the business will have payroll tax liabilities that are not paid, and those attach to the owners. And so there's potential personal liability with some of the aspects of the business. And if you're going to sell out, you got to make sure that you're not taking those liabilities with you. And then, of course, the third way to get rid of your business partner is to walk away. If you've watched the movie Napoleon Dynamite, you've been introduced to an individual named Rex Kwon Do, who runs a dojo, and he teaches his students how to break their wrists and walk away. And that could be you. It may make sense to get your freedom to just walk away from the operation. Now, if you do that, first things first, you've got to make sure that when you walk away, you're leaving the liabilities behind. If you take the liabilities with you, you haven't walked away. And so what we said about selling your business interest also applies to walking away. Also, if you walk away, there's going to be a ton of work and analysis to figure out what you can take with you. Sometimes a business's most important assets are intellectual property, things that are in your head or in your computer, such as customer lists, your method of operation, vendors, the way you do business, your business plans. And so you're going to need to sit down with an attorney to make sure what you can take with you and what you can't. You need to make sure whether you have a non-compete agreement or any agreement that precludes you from continuing with a similar or the same business on your own. And also, you're going to have a lot of work to do to sort out whose stuff is whose. That'll depend on whether you're walking away from a corporation, an LLC, or a proprietorship, but you need to figure out whose equipment belongs to who, whose money belongs to who. And so there will be a lot to sort through in the process of just walking away. And then an additional consideration to think about when walking away is, how do you mechanically walk away? What steps do you need to take to formally tell your world, tell your partner that you're not an officer or director of such and such corporation, so that you can't be tagged with personal responsibility for stuff that business does when you're gone? I mean, how do you physically separate yourself? And so those are all things that you'll want to talk with an experienced business attorney about so that you make a clean break. So if you're contemplating getting rid of your business partner, I invite you to come have a conversation with us about why you want to do that, what you hope to accomplish, and then how best to accomplish what you want to do in terms of getting rid of that business partner. Give us a call at 775-448-6070. Again, 775-448-6070. Thanks.